I think we could, if we're not full of the Spirit, very likely we're full of ourselves. And I think the world is used to seeing people that are full of themselves. And so if we are full with the Spirit, they will see something different in us. And they will desire what we have. Because I think the world is tired of ordinary. Ordinary is that, full of yourselves. That's what we're, on TV. People just, want it to be all about them.
They're tired, they just don't know it. Because people love all those full shows, reality shows, comedy shows.
We could live for years in the Christian life just going through the motions, just being religious, but never being filled with the Holy Spirit. We want to strive to live in the Spirit. And, Brian, you had John 14:26?
I did.
Okay.
But the Counselor, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you all things and will remind you of everything I have said to you.
Okay. So it said a counselor. What else? A counselor and
And the Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name.
Okay. Yeah. So also here I have the counselor, a comforter, or helper. So God left us the Spirit to be our helper, to be our comforter. But we need to ask the Holy Spirit for help. Sometimes He gives us help through gifts, like say the word of knowledge, or where this might look like if I pray about something and I'm praying to God and I feel like I might not have the answer, but as the situation unfolds, I might start to get the wisdom. Oh, this is. Or I feel peace. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Or this is what I feel peace about. So that could be different ways that the Holy Spirit shows up. Much of people's dissatisfaction with their life has to do with lack of fellowship and intimacy with God through the Holy Spirit. So like I said, we can read the Bible, we can go to church, but if we're not walking in the Spirit, it's kind of a dull life, right? And it will be a fruitless life because we can't do things, we can't serve God and do things for God if we're not walking in the Spirit, because if we're not doing it in the Spirit, we're doing it in our own flesh, and it could be fruitless. Sometimes pride keeps us from asking for help. We live in a world where we're encouraged to be independent, be self-sufficient. The thing is that we were made with strengths, but we're also made with weaknesses so that we could need the help. God wouldn't give us help if He didn't think we were going to need it. He knew how we were designed, how we were formed, so He gave us a comforter, He gave us a helper because He knew we were going to need it. And there's so many things that we struggle with that we don't have to if we just ask the Holy Spirit for help. It doesn't mean that all our issues are going to go away, but there's a lot of help that the Holy Spirit can give us if we just ask it. He will respond, just needs an invitation, right? The Holy Spirit is available to help and to counsel. Sometimes we run to friends. We love to tell this story. I know women, sometimes we do that. We love to tell the same story over and over, thinking we're going to get the answer. But a lot of the time, God's like, I'm right here. I want to instruct you. I want to comfort you. And sometimes it's good to get counsel from wise people. But a lot of the time, most of the time, God gives us the answer, and He'll use other people to confirm what He's already telling us. Or not, or tell people, or other people, if we ask the wrong people, if we're not wise, He'll use them they'll be used to distract us from the truth that God is asking us to do. Sometimes we just need to be with God. We just need to be, worshiping.
As you say, He wants us to live a life independence versus a life of independence.
Independence, yes.
Independence of Him.
Yes. And sometimes we question when we think, is it God talking to us through the Holy Spirit? Sometimes we don't trust that it's God, not because we don't trust God, but because we don't trust ourselves. Could be God, but I don't know. Is it me? But I saw an example of, and it made me think about the children that I work with, when listening and being led by God is similar to an infant learning how to walk. You'll stumble and you'll fall, but you'll get up and keep going until you learn to walk and then run. And I've seen them. There's stages where these children are crawling and then they're standing but holding on, and they do something called cruising, where they're walking but holding on, and they'll stand in the middle of the room, and once they take their first steps, then they start running. But in the midst of this, there's a lot of falling. There's a lot of banging their heads, and but they keep doing it. They keep doing it. They don't stop, and so, and at one point they learn how to walk and they master it and they learn how to run. And I think that when we're trying to listen to the voice of God, we just got to keep getting up. And maybe I did mess up. Maybe that wasn't God. But the more we do it, the more we learn how to do it. The more we learn how to recognize His voice. If we're practicing it, if we're walking in it, we'll know, oh, that was God, or no, that's definitely not God. Because we're exercising it. The communication with God.